reporting in.
Team deathmatch. Special forces will know what it's in.
Beacon online. Reinforcements available.
going to be a really, really good player.
He's
Saints is always going to be really good at killing things.
Yeah,
He used
really
to be on
good
like
at
those
killing things.
tier 1 rosters though, you know. Now he's maybe on like a tier 2 roster. Maybe people lost a little bit of faith in him. He's showing he still has it.
Yeah, and honestly, funnily enough, same with Goonjaw. Goon
Yeah.
this event, just watching some of the plays he's made, it's that kind of intelligent play style, which, let's be honest, throughout the advanced movements, you didn't really see much of him. Then, obviously, you know, last year you're thinking, all right, boots on ground. Goon was always a phenomenal boots. They are always a phenomenal player. Didn't really have too much success, but honestly, from what I've seen early, he looks fantastic.
Did you guys see this
you guys
play
see what
that's
they're
being
doing?
made right now from Evil Geniuses? They go over towards that B capture. They over towards the B zone, excuse me, and they wait about 30 seconds before entering it. So Luminosity starts their rotation over towards the other point, and then Evil Geniuses gets inside, and they now have control with man advantage in the hill. That is the type of thing that we're going to see as this game mode develops, and that's why it is so interesting to watch this. That was amazing.
I'm willing to bet you anything that's a pocket strat from Revan. That's that sneaky play style.
Classic just
I mean, that's really
burn
smart. Everyone has
rapid
that.
spikes.
Every player has that natural timing that they learn over time, right? So as soon as you're not there,
Wow, well.
You rotate. You rotate out, right?
yeah, you rotate out.
LG just popped a 6-piece, so didn't really work out. 24-21.
I mean,
No strategy's gonna work if you get guns. So
bear in mind,
there's that.
you got 2 ticks into B, right? Which
They should have got that.
admittedly you should have kept
They
the whole
should've got
thing. You
that.
got 40 seconds left, but 2 ticks is better than no ticks. Let's be honest. So we'll see if potentially.
I think we've seen, except for from Slack, I think we've seen a lot of crazy Tempest plays today.
The Tempest has to be like the strongest
The
specialist.
strongest.
There's 100%
Sure.
the strongest specialist. Anyone that disagrees, I think is just wrong.
gotta
The
be
only
some-
other one you could say is the War Machine. But Trophy stopped the War Machine.
Right.
Nothing stops the Tempest.
Nothing stops.
Nothing stops the Tempest, and it can chain, and you can hip fire, and it's unbelievably accurate. And if you're in a hill and hard point, you get streaks like that. It's simple.
Yeah,
It's gotta be your favorite.
It's easy, 100%. It's so easy to use. I'm out here
Luminosity
playing
needs to
viewer
switch
10s,
their
getting streaks every game, study every game.
I think Luminosity needs to get formal their Tempest, to be honest. I don't like Slack with the Tempest thus far in this tournament. But hey, they know more about their team than I do.
Annihilator, that's something we
Yeah,
just
but all right,
Wait,
bear in mind,
maybe
you
not.
saw formal pop a 5-piece with the Annihilator earlier on.
Yeah, but like he's one of the only players that is using the Annihilator.
Yeah, I've never seen an Annihilator.
I don't know if I
on
even like
Ultimate.
that. The Vision Pulse is way too good. And Annihilator, like, I mean,
Annihilator is strong, but I guess Vision Pulse for your combos more than anything else, right?
Yeah.
You can link it with your Tempest, you can link it with your War Machine.
and it
gives you
takes
the extra
forever
info.
to get.
Yeah,
I mean,
Vision
it takes
Pulse.
forever
Vision
to
Pulse takes forever as well.
Yeah, it
It's one
does.
of the longest specialists in the game. Yeah.
But like Vision Pulse is guaranteed to benefit everybody in your team, whereas the Annihilator you can just pull it out and die instantaneously.
Yeah.
So I think that that's extremely selfish to run that. But hey,
I mean, if the team, their team probably gone over it in practice. They decided that they're better without it for whatever reason. I don't know.
I feel like that's crazy. Better without
100%.
wall hacks? Like, come on.
Yeah, I don't-
What?
What do you mean? If a guy that walks around and kills people with 1 bullet?
Yeah, I mean, all right, fair.
another
fair.
very close round. Luminosity going to have the man advantage here. They had it last time as
6-4.
well, but they didn't clutch up. We'll see if they're able to clutch up right now. Formal
what the-
playing a little bit slower, about to get his Annihilator out.
They have 45 seconds. That's a decent amount of time to, well, not, getting picked alone. Getting picked alone.
I'm waiting for the first massive clutch in control, like
There
a
was one
2v5.
There was a 2v7 earlier.
We had a 3v7.
in
Wait,
kills.
what was
it?
They
2v7.
grabbed
Because
the
Miles
point.
lost his mind.
They grabbed the
2v7.
point though. I want to see them kill everyone. Just
Never
1v5 it.
I'm sticking to that. It's never happened.
It will happen at some point. So, some team is going to misplay. Honestly, it might be tomorrow.
Really.
Open bracket teams.
Listen,
Sorry.
if United can beat 100 Thieves 250 to 40, somebody can
Come 1v5.
1v5.
In
Like,
control.
that's-
In
anything
control.
can happen in
too.
Call of Duty.
Like, all you need is a little bit of time on your side, and I think you can make a play. Bear in mind, the clock stops when you go inside a hill as well.
Right.
I just don't know whether it's easier to do it defensively or it's easier to do it on the attack. That's why I haven't kind of figured it out yet.
You know who's been asleep this
Defensively for
tournament?
sure.
You think?
Yeah, because on attack you have to be in a certain place. You have to get to that point. So no matter what you do, eventually they know where you have
But
to be.
think about it. The counter to that is if you're on defense and 5 people are in the hill, your time is essentially it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's 5 seconds and you've been capped.
Almost got the Annihilator.
They're gonna be standing together, and he's gonna grab Spike all over.
Oh, yo, that would be. I would lose my mind. A 5-piece grab slam and a 1v5 control.
We were just talking about Former's Annihilator. That's a 3-P.
One bullet.
I don't mind the Annihilator in control. Because
Another one.
There it is. That's 5.
I don't mind the Annihilator in control because it's so kill orientated. So if you can just pull it out and get like 3-4 kills, that's huge. But in hardpoint, I think, and search and destroy, I think Pulse, like you just gotta pick it over.
There's no way he's using the Annihilator in Surge, right?
There should absolutely be no.
Formal Formal would be the person to do it.
We do need to leave Bravo stream here and head back to Alpha for map 4. E United up 2-1 over 100 Thieves, and Clint and Joe, it is all you.
Thank you. Let's see if 100 Thieves can bring it back. They got one on the board, but still a lot of work to do, obviously, if they're going to take this best of 5. And again, both these teams come in 2-0, so they're both looking to see who's going to be the top of the pool. Now, who they're going to end up playing, we don't really know what that scenario is going to be yet.
Got the open team as well.
Yeah, that's true. So we still have a lot more action, obviously, with regards to pools, but more often than not, you just want to have that #1 spot.
All right, I got to ask you.
Okay.
You just heard what those guys were talking about on the desk. Do you mind Formal using the Annihilator? Because I sure don't. I didn't miss. I'm cool with that.
You heard what did Nameless say?
He's like, selfish,
I
but
think it's selfish. No, then you see him get the kills. He's like, oh, yeah, no. This one is fine, dude. And I'm on to your antics.
Yeah, listen, Formal can do whatever he wants. I'm cool with whatever.
But you see the plays being made there by LG, but that series tied 1-1. We'll see as that starts to go the distance. But let's get right back into the action here. 400 Thieves versus E United. All E United early, 100 Thieves now trying to see what they can get done. So the first hard point, if you missed it, the hard point was a bloodbath. Absolute annihilation. E United win, 250-46, something in that ballpark. You gotta think 100 Thieves have a better showing here on Arsenal. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, and really we saw in that game number 3, 2 guys that stepped up was Kenny and Slasher. And if they can continue that, and you're already seeing Slasher picking up a couple of kills, Octane as well, then yeah, you know this team is going to be very tough to beat in hardpoint. But we saw in game 1 is there was some inconsistent performance.
Are there any key differences to you between a map like Frequency and Arsenal that might tilt this into your favor for a team like 100 Thieves?
I mean, you can use more ICRs, right? If you are Octane and Slasher, Frequency is much more fast-paced. Maddox is Sauce. I don't even think you're going to use one ICR on a map like Frequency.
A little bit longer range, and that definitely could pay dividends for this team, but similar to what we saw in the first hard point, here again, E United win the break, and they get a nice chunk of time to get things going. The big thing is just going to be, can 100 Thieves answer throughout the course of this game like we didn't see in that map 1? But now we'll focus on Clayster, who's rotated here to Crane, set up in second. Some nice shots to back down Slasher, at least for a moment. But he's already picked up his partner in crime onto Abizi. The trade comes through, and once again, controlling the hard point is going to be United. This looks just like map 1.
Yeah, already like 4 down. Just the way that E United is playing this. Pristini already so far pushed out. You have one player blocking the back. This is typically stuff we see a couple months into the game. Instead, E United are flourishing right now.
Is it the tempo or the pace that E United is playing at that you think is the biggest problem for 100 Thieves?
No, I think it's just the decisions. It feels like every single time they're winning those rotation battles, and then they set up those easy reads where they get pushed out, and it allows players like Pristini, Abizi to get in the positions that they want.
Well, United once again looking to bury them early. They're still going to get another 15 or so seconds here at second, but we'll start the rotate. Well, not really start the rotation. I mean, hell, 100 Thieves had to rotate about 20 seconds ago as they're set up for next. Racini hopping outside the map. We saw him make a play like that in Search and Destroy, trying to get it done in the respawn here as well. If you're 100 Thieves, you need a hold here. This is that moment early in the game where you
one
have
player
to get a hold.
Out. I was going to say, they set up a great pinch. United, they send 3 to the back, 2 are pushing towards the front. That one player, that's Kenny, spawns all the way out. And while this might be a United break, just like that, 3 go down for 100 Thieves. There's just one player left inside the hill, and another break for United. And now they have the setup that they want.
Look at that pinch, and you mentioned
there's attack 5 boost already.
You mentioned it, that early pinch. Like, they're spawning out so quickly in the hard point. Stellar stuff from United. And you got a streak in the hands of RC as well. I said a streak, making streaks, as he's found everything here to work with. J-Cap's getting close as well. This is so reminiscent of the first hard point. United just looked the superior team in this mode without question.
They just look so far ahead in the game mode. The way they're reading their spawns, the way they're working those rotations. It's just a very polished hard point on the side of United.
Well, let's see if they can keep it going. J-Cap's still on a 5 streak, I believe. So he's still got some streaks that he can earn. He's still trying to pick him up. I believe he had 95, I guess, off the Hellstorm. He's going to fly in. There's the trade. Finds another. The streaks come in from RC. He calls it the Hellstorm. Fully streaked out. So we got Sniper's Nest. You have a drone squad, a couple of Lightnings, an additional Hellstorm. The drone squad got called in, but still.
You're going to have some specialists here soon.
You need to go back and watch VOD tonight if you're 100 Thieves and see what the hell is going wrong in your hard point.
Octane able to find a couple of kills. Maybe they can find their way back into it. But once again, we saw on map 1, it was RC's, and RC's right now 14-3. You pointed out J-Cap. But RC's, man, has just been destroying 100 Thieves in hardpoint.
Oh, wow, yeah. His start is like, what, 30 and 5,
I mean,
30
again,
and 6, something like that?
I mean, he's 15 and 3. Slasher and Octane, he is outperforming both of them in both hardpoints.
Unbelievable
Combined.
stuff. And I kind of talked about it a little bit in the first game. Like, he has these series where he takes over, where he clearly looks like the best player in the lobby. We've seen him do it many times before, and this seems to be, late on day one here at CWL Vegas, just one of those series where he goes off. But it has been a well-rounded effort from the E United side. 100 Thieves, though, this time looks like they've got potential to eclipse the 50-point mark, at least at the second hard point.
When we talk United, especially the last couple of years, it's really been inconsistencies from event to event. Heck, even day to day, and I think a guy like JCap helps them fix those inconsistencies, right? Maybe he's helping RCs get set up in those positions where he can excel like he is. I mean, he is 19 and 3 right now on an 8 spree, and well, there's more streaks for him. 20 and 3 on a 9 spree, almost gets the second one. This is just ugly.
RC's an animal throughout this series. 171 to 49 is your scoreline. 100 Thieves maybe still a chance in this game to push it to a game 5, but they've got to be perfect from here on out. They've got to do it with a legion of streaks. Pristini's picking him up now too. He might find his drone squad here. He does. He gets it as well. So how many streaks have we now had across this United roster? They are just punishing, pounding, destroying, doing whatever you want
Keep going.
the side of Thieves right now.
Just use all the adjectives.
This is disgusting. It might be like 500 to 100, the total scoreline between these two hard points. Did not see this coming, but wow.
I mean, when you look at the roster of 100 Thieves, you wouldn't think they would struggle this much in hardpoint. You think maybe a game mode like Search and Destroy where they couldn't get on the same page, but you would expect them to excel in hardpoint due to the slaying power. Instead, it's just E United.
Yet another set of rotations here as we're back into the central lab, and 100 Thieves at least securing a bit of time here, but it might be too little too late as they continue to get picked off by the streaks of the United. You see it kind of at the top left of your screen, those gold diamonds. You still have a lot to work with streak-wise for this United roster. There it comes in. I know RC's picks off himself, but also finds Slasher and Octane in the process. Going up high is Pristini trying to find an angle at back gun to make a play, but another streak comes in. JCap with a team kill, but finds two. You get those 2-for-1s trades behind the streaks. I guess you'll take that.
Yeah, and you have the spawns if you are United, and there's another lightning strike. United. They're trying to basically close it out right here as 4 go down, make it all 5, but 100 Thieves do spawn in the back. Are United going to be ready for this? And they are. Slasher. He's going to find the first kill on the play. But this is exactly what United wants. 3 and 4, already on the other side of the map. They're going to set up for statue.
Well, especially when you have this big of a lead. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, 100 Thieves. Take these 20 points.
I will say, it's been some pretty bad streaks.
So, all right, so here's the big thing. This is, if you're going to mount the comeback, this is when it happens. Basically, all your streaks have now been exhausted for United. They tried to bury them and completely put the game away. Yes, they got close to doing it, but there's still maybe a little life for 100 Thieves. So now, okay, well, I was just about to say it needs to happen behind the specialist, and as Kenny flies out and tries to hit his grab spike, that's shut down, and that's just one more thing not working for 100 Thieves. And despite the early attempt here on the break, the early rotation pays dividends for United, and they're looking to close it out here at Statue.
Yep, there is that lightning strike. RC's going to find a couple of kills. That's 4 dead. Only 1 player left for 100 Thieves. They're all spawning out front. And 100 Thieves, if they got to do something, they got to do it right now. But I think we know it's basically all but over. E United, especially in the hard points, looked so good in this series.
Can they avoid getting 100-point clubbed in both? It looks like the answer is going to be yes, as they're just narrowly going to hit that 100-point mark, but they look to be
both of these
right
games
now
were basically over after the first 3 to 4 hills.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
It
looked at the beginning of this game again. I know I said it 5 times, but it looked identical to what we saw in map 1. Just blowing off the board from the opening break. From E United, they win that. They pick up a healthy 40 or so seconds in the first hard point and run away from it from there. I mean, hell, the streaks were even more influential in this game. You got a couple sets in the game 1, but here you have 4 sets of full streaks. Maybe 5 players everyone got streaks at some point, it seemed like.
100 Thieves still fighting on back, starting to get some time. But United only need 10 more seconds as JCap finds 1 kill on Octane. Pristini, 1 on to enable. But man, I did not expect this.
Not at all. They're still fighting, though. They're able to contest and now break in for a moment. Pharaoh finds 3. Highlight reel from him, but it's not going to matter in the scheme of things unless they can somehow bring this back. Only 7 more points needed for E United. They're trying to get set up in rotation.
RC's has another war machine, by the way, at 34-13. So you imagine you're going to see that here soon.
Jeez. Well, by soon, you mean right now. He's got it out. See what damage you can do. Enable, welcome to the danger zone as the grenades coming in. A second one goes to connect. Pharaoh's going to fall as well. They're spawning in the back as he's just shooting them at every doorway. The hard points. Dominant for E United. I wasn't sure if Clayster was talking trash to the other side of the stage or hyping up his teammate, but regardless, what a series victory. What a day 1 performance from E United.
I mean, maybe if that game, or that game 2, round 11 goes a little bit differently, we're headed to a game 5, but in terms of the hard points, 100 Thieves were just completely outplayed. They look great in control, and that's what we saw online prior to this event.
That's great, but you play it once. Like they're gonna have to, they got to figure something out in hard point.
I think that's true.
You think you'd be happy at least, you know, if they got blown out in 1, but let's say the second was really close. Like the second you play it really, really tight, maybe you feel a little bit better, but they just get smoked in both those hard points. 100 Thieves, Slasher and company have some work to do there, but E United, they are sitting pretty atop their pool. Let's get right back over to the desk. Katie, take it away.
Thank you very much. Guys, E United has got to feel great closing out their day on that main stage with a 3-1 and over 100 Thieves.
That was a dominant performance. I'm actually really surprised that 100 Thieves dropped both hard points and got destroyed like that. Like, Clay was so loud and so hype, and rightfully so, man. They played amazing.
It's not necessarily they lost those hard points. It's the fashion they lost those hard points. The first one, not close. The second one, I mean, when you have that many streaks on a United, you're not going to lose a hard point.
RC's at one point was 20 and 4, 5.0 KD. This guy was
Wait,
he didn't die. What are they doing?
who was your number 3 team?
E United.
E United. Looking good.
Looking great.
Looking good. Looking good on your
It's early,
that's for
guys.
sure. I mean,
100 Thieves needs to go back, to watch that VOD, and
They gotta
figure out
take everything that they just did
Yeah.
and throw it all away.
never do that again.
Well, they're going to watch their VOD while we head over to Bravo because LG and EG are going at it at the Fury and the CWL here on Friday.
and again, remember the importance of this. Assuming both Optic Gaming and whoever wins this and loses this beat out on the open bracket teams. Loser of this would play Optic Gaming round number 1. EG could be on the cusp of a huge upset at your squad, who you've been giving a lot of hype to. LG played phenomenal all throughout the day. You know, credit where credit's due. Gunless has looked fantastic, but this is an upset. Potential.
Yeah, I mean, it's a potential upset. I think Luminosity, I think they have what it takes to close this series out. They can win this, get into that game 5. EG is playing really good right now. And that control looked like Luminosity was going to take it. They were up 2-1. I directed my attention over towards Alpha, but I looked back at the score, and EG closed it out 3-2. So they ended up turning up and winning that game, which is the swing mode. So LG has a lot in their hands right now, but they're up by a decent margin here in this hard point. Looking pretty good.
Although that was the story of map 1. LG, big lead. EG, massive comeback. They seem to be
EG guys have composure.
composed. That's
I don't
key.
know.
They were down 2-0 versus Red earlier, came back, won.
That's true.
5-5 round, they gave up first blood, won. These guys are fighters. These guys are fighters.
I didn't even think about that.
That's why I'm here, Ben. That's why I'm here.
Thanks, Pac.
Gunless can tilt, so a game like that, you never know if Gunless is triggered. Who knows?
I mean, with how well he's been playing all day,
No, that makes him more mad. That makes him more
that's
mad.
what I was going to ask you guys as players. Was there ever a situation in your career where you played that well that you looked, you lost, and you were like, how have we just is that something that kind of does actually happen?
Oh,
Yeah,
no, that happened to me
definitely
once.
Happens
It
all
happened
the
to me
time.
Once.
Once? When was
Well, we
that?
came back and won the series. Remember when we played FaZe at when it was me, you, Spacely, LG.
Yeah, I mean,
FaZe
that
Everything
happens all
on.
the time. Like, that
I
happened
was
to me at
going
least 30
completely
times.
off. And I was going off. 54 first map, 10 second map.
Damn.
We went down 0-2 somehow.
What?
The CTF, 27-4. I dominated. We came back and won.
Of course.
Came back and won.
Wait, he had a .8 at that tournament.
That is not a fact.
Yeah.
Can we get
That's
JP to
not
stat
facts.
check that, please?
There was no way.
Hashtag fake.
AG's coming back into this game right now.
EG is resilient.
Yeah, they are resilient. They have a pretty good roster, especially for Respawn. But Luminosity, I mean, you got to think if you're LG, you want to win this so bad because you do not want to play Optic Gaming, a team that was on absolute fire today.
No one
EG
was.
just literally held this entire hill to take the lead. They were down 70 points, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, if you're Optic, you're watching this too, and you're like, come on, LG. Come on. Come on, guys. Seriously.
Step it up.
Enough playing around now. Like, come on.
We're having such a good tournament. Like, can you just help us out here?
Yeah, but Ant, this is your team, LG, to win the whole shebang, right?
Yeah, I have them winning it. Obviously, I mean, you can say about 5 different teams, and it would be an okay prediction to win the tournament.
I mean, today I think there's 3, right? United.
United for sure.
You have to. Up to gaming. And up until around about 10 minutes ago, I would have had LG in that conversation as well.
LG's still in that conversation.
I think this pool is
You think if EG beats LG, LG's still in the conversation for winning the
it's,
event?
It's pool play. It's pool play. It happens sometimes.
You're allowed to lose a game in pool play. The goal is to get top 2.
You're allowed to lose a game in pool play unless you have to play up to gaming round 1.
Well,
Just
playing
beat
out the
them.
game in round 1.
I mean, to be honest, playing up the gaming round 1 is like the best time to play them.
Yeah,
you
for
want to play
sure.
them in winners finals? That's
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You play them round 1, you knock them out, and you go, we just beat out the game in front of a huge crowd. Now we have the best momentum going forward.
And now we're going to win the event.
Like the worst thing
See,
for
it sounds
Optic,
so good on paper. It sounds so good on paper.
the worst thing for a team like Optic is to have like a super tough round 1 matchup, because I feel like they rely a lot on momentum as well, as a lot of teams do in Call of Duty. But EG right here, they can create a death bracket if they win this series.
And we have that top 4 placings automatically qualified for the league, so no one is trying to have their bracket be hard.
Absolutely, Pack.
You want a cakewalk, bro. You want the easiest, bro. You trying to get
Yeah, you don't want to be one of those 28 going to the Pro League qualifier.
Well,
You want that top 4.
Well, as long as you finish top.
I mean, it's better than
right?
top.
It's better than nothing. But you're in pool play, so you're automatically qualified for that event. But top 4 is where it's at. And
This game is really close.
I don't think I've
Stays
ever
close the whole
had
time.
more fun ever watching Call of Duty than I have today.
Today's been an amazing day.
Every match was crazy. Even like when people are dominating, it's entertaining. Usually those series, you're just like, they're just destroying them. Like that last 100 Thieves versus United match was incredible to watch. Like to see United playing that good, I mean, that was amazing. And to talk about that real quick, because I don't think we touched on it, 100 Thieves has way too much talent to be losing like that. Something is going incredibly wrong in the respawn.
what is it?
I think people are clapping.
They don't rotate. I don't even know. It's not that complex.
How do you have Slasher and Octane and don't rotate?
I don't know.
I think
I don't know. I'm watching it. I'm watching
pacing
it.
issue probably.
Maybe, but they're losing. If RC's their main AR has 5 deaths, that means he's not even getting challenged. His subs are pushing out his lane, and then he's winning his 1v1 gunfights in the back, and that's it every single time. Every single time against a team like 100 Thieves with all that talent. Shouldn't happen.
No,
Should not happen. It can't happen.
It's a chemistry thing, a pacing issue, and a rotation specifically in hardpoints. But we're going to need to see a brand new 100 Thieves tomorrow. But this is a really close game. Fella's going to pop that vision pulse.
Yeah, they've gone back and forth here. I think, what, 3 or 4 times now?
There's been like 3-4 lead changes thus far in this map.
This is what Pac was talking about, though. Composure from EG. Every time LG pull away, EG claw themselves right back into it, and a potential for another full 60 on this hill. This is where they had a ton of success in the first rotation, if you remember. Second rotation could be similar.
Look at the bait and switches out of EG.
It's great teamwork.
John just comes in though.
Oh my!
Bye-bye.
He just finished getting a 3-piece. It's okay.
You say so, Chief. With a sub.
Goonjar is nasty. What I
Do
say?
it all.
Goon's back.
He's having a good first day of the first event of the year, but I mean, still, this is unbelievably close. Still, as Saints tries to heal his way through it, but EG still in the hard point. They're about to take the lead again.
Yeah. This one's going down to the wire, Ben, for sure.
Absolutely.
I'm calling it 250,
right.
230.
So wait, let's take a look at Specialist, right? Because Specialist in this situation is essentially what's going to win you the game. LG Classic has himself a War Machine. In terms of Tempest, how close are they? About 50%. On the flip side, close to a War Machine from Royalty and
Attack 5 boost for Saints.
Attack 5 boost for Saints. Same thing on the flip side as John. How close is John? Not that close.
Not
about
that
2/3.
So right here is the hill where you have to, right here you have to use your grab spikes if you're Classic. At this time right now, this is the perfect hill. You grapple right over and you just slam down, get like a 3-piece. I seen 4 pieces on mine right here. He's not going to like to use it. They're picking up the time anyway, so no need.
LG's doing a really good job of holding this, getting good time on this mid hill.
On this mid hill,
It's hard to get. It's hard to get a lot of good time.
Really
on
hard.
hill.
But no one on EG for some reason is pinching. They're all just flooding.
They don't want to give up. They don't want to give up that side.
What was that?
Formal lightning
They don't want to.
strike?
They don't want to pinch and flip.
Were we the only ones that saw that?
Yeah, that was mind-blowing. Formal called in a lightning strike, and I don't know if he pinged it, like, Like, he was just so focused, he just pinged it at the next hill, but it did not hit in the hill at all. Killed nobody. I don't know. I wish I could see that from him for business.
Now it's rotations. Now it's rotations, right? You have one break, and it comes from Classic. You're going to be able to make the play. 237, 196.
That's good.
That's good teamwork as well.
We'll crash on crash right now. LG only needs 7 points to close out this map, and we're going to see a game 5.
And when you see that extra yellow bar over their name, you're like, oh.
God, I'm like, oh my God, this guy's Odin.
There we go. Of course, that is going to be LG clawing their way back to head to a map 5 on Bravo. You can keep watching it there. But we have to move on, guys, to check out a quick look at our day 1 pool play standings so far. Of course, we do have Optic feeling great in Pool D, sitting at the top all pretty, 3-0.
Yeah, rightfully so. I think it's what many people kind of expected. Splice put up a good fight, though. I will say in that series, their search and destroy was flawless. And maybe that's a worry for Optic Gaming going forward. We talk about how they made that team a little bit to kind of fix their woes in search, historically at least. Their search wasn't good, but one thing's for sure, if you have Dashy dropping 7.5k damage in respawn, you're probably going to be okay for the rest of the time.
No, you're losing.
So who looked more dominant today, United or Optic? Because
United.
Well, here's the thing. United, the second best team in their pool, they wiped the floor with them. Optic, it was a close to destroy them. United absolutely crushed their best competition today.
Here's a better question, though.
I gotta say that was
Splice versus 100 Thieves. Who wins that game?
Splice.
Splice probably off what we've seen. What, 3-0?
Right oh no,
3-1.
3-1. I mean, if their hard point's gonna be like, if their hard point's gonna stay like that,
yeah, 3-1.
You can't predict them.
I would say at least Splice is a better team than 100 Thieves is, based on what we've seen today. Yeah. Therefore, I would say Optic Gaming's performance is more dominant.
Of course, we will be handing out our Astro MVP award on Sunday, but now that Friday is almost wrapped up, Pac, we need to start to talk a little bit about who you think is doing the best so far.
Dashy. My man.
Whoa. There's no way you can choose that guy. That's my guy.
It's my guy now.
He stole your thunder.
You want to know something really funny? That's my guy as well. This guy is a beast.
7,000 damage a map. Sniping, doing it all.
He's absolutely doing it all.
Doing it all. My guy.
You can't get turned on like that.
He go way back.
Way back?
Way back.
Way back?
My
Yeah.
mans.
That's your man's, right? Sure. Dude, he's just had such a good day 1. And you have to think about it from his perspective, right? You're picked up into this amazing squad of absolute talent. And there's a lot of pressure. We all know what the green wall pressure is like, right? There's so much pressure on his shoulders. And he just sat down today and he said, I'm just going to play exactly like I do at home. No pressure. Hasn't felt it. Great for day 1 pools. Unbelievable performance. But I know I heard you mention this earlier on. You have to do it on Sunday.
I said Dashy might not be top 3, and trust me, the green wall has his back. They love Dashy. I was getting toasted. Top 3 for sure. They have his back.
So it does look like we got 3 you guys that are all for Dashy. Pat crumbling under the Dashy hype over the day. But Nameless, you're going rogue. Who are you looking at for Astro MVP?
Gunless. I don't think it's Rogue. I think Gunless deserves it. I think he's played amazing today, and I think he's the most valuable to his team thus far. He's just, I mean, he's putting on for LG. Like, without him, I don't think they're winning too many maps right now.
But isn't that scary in the bigger picture?
I mean, that's scary in the bigger picture, but he's my MVP candidate for sure. I think he's the best player in the world right now today.
I mean, so do I.
Wait, what?
I mean, Dashy's the MVP right now. He said Gunless is the best player in the world, and I agree with that.
But if Dashy's your most valuable player of today, doesn't that mean he performed the best?
The most valuable player is not always the best. Have you ever watched sports? LeBron doesn't win most valuable player every year.
Yeah, that's true. LeBron is the best in the world.
All right,
KD.
so we've got Dashy and Gunless. We'll see if that continues on throughout this tournament. But we're going to move on now to our damage dealt leaderboard presented by PlayStation 4. We've been excited to look at this all day.
What? Wow.
Pac, kick things off. Talk to me about this.
What? This cannot be right.
That's a lot.
Red Reserve have 4 of the top 5, and they are 0 and what?
3.
What are they doing?
There's no way. First of all, shout out to Temp. First of all, because he played a lights out.
Hold on, I'm on.
But wait, hold on. Dashy is 10? He's been averaging 7K in hardpoint. He's 10.
It's not an average, to be fair. They
played less
out
map.
everybody, yeah.
Played less
Oh, man,
map.
right.
They're just 3-0 people.
Even so,
I mean,
if you're red and you have
every
4,
series.
right? But you dropping that much damage and losing?
I mean, I'm not going to take too much away from this leaderboard at the moment. Just being honest. Joe is number 8.
Well, yeah, I mean, clearly this leaderboard is essentially the Splice and Red Reserve show. But next up, we have a quick look at our Saturday schedule. We're going to have those first 4 matches are going to be the open bracket teams finally feeding into these pools. And then we're going to see round 1 of the winners bracket rounding out those last 2 for Saturday.
Yeah, of course, you can find out who from the open bracket is going to come through. I know the open bracket stream's still going. There's a couple more rounds away, and we'll know those teams. So, of course, you guys can tune in there if you want to find out exactly who's going to feed and where into the pools.
I hope Killa made it through.
Same.
Yeah, and Jay Hayes for me.
Yeah, I mean, this has definitely been a slog. It's been a very long day, but Friday is almost at its end here at CWL Las Vegas. We are a third of the way done with our first open event of the competitive Black Ops season. The energy at the sold-out Hard Rock has been incredible, with big names like Optic coming out 3-0 in their pools. Same with E United. We've seen some surprises from Lightning Pandas and Straight Rippin', but we're going to kick off tomorrow. It's going to be great. See you tomorrow.